Okay. Just waiting it to start live. All right. Yes. Yes. So, till yesterday we described that how Surpanaka she met Sitarama Lakshman. She got disfigured, and then she got outraged and instigated her brothers Karadushana, and they came with 14,000 our people's demons army to defeat Rama, but Rama defeated them in just an hour. And then she further goes to Ravana and instigates him, and he comes to Maricha. Okay, so it was Maricha's ashram. So when we say ashram, that means that person must be in some spiritual conduct, at least. Otherwise, we would not say it as an ashram, because ashram is a place where the rules and regulations are followed. Grahasthashram, Brahmacharya ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, and Sannyasa ashram. These ashramas are not for sense gratification, but for spiritual advancement. So that means he must be doing some spiritual activities. So I will tell you what it is. So when Ravana had arrived there, Maricha he welcomed and he received him very nicely. He gave a very nice hospitality to Ravana. Then Ravana spoke to Maricha. And he said, Maricha, I kept 14,000 demons headed by Kara Dushana at a Janasthana. And they were doing their duties. And what are the duties? Just to torture the sages. Okay. But he's saying they were Rakshasas, they were doing their duties. Rama, he killed all of them. They didn't even say or do anything wrong to Rama. And just as Rama killed them without any reason, similarly, Surpanakha was also disfigured unnecessarily. So in an attempt to for revenge, I want to kidnap Sita so that Rama will become depressed and then I can easily win over him. So what you have to do is you have to take the form of a golden deer with silver dots, and Sita Devi, looking at your attractive form, he will ask Rama to get it. So Rama will follow you to capture, but you take him very, very far away from the hermitage. And then in Rama's voice, very painfully, you shout, Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana. Then Lakshmana will also come to search for you or to search for Rama. Meanwhile, I'll kidnap Sita. Maricha, just on listening the word, only listening the word of Rama. That's all. None of the story. When he listened the word of Rama, his mouth got completely dried up and he was frightened. And Valmiki Maharshi says, Sa Ravanam trasta vishanna cheta mahavane Rama parakramagnaha kritanjalihi tattvam uvacha vakyam hitam cha tasmai hitamatmanascha. So Maricha's heart was frightened because he is aware of what Rama can do. When he was in when he was with his mother Tataka in the forest, he saw how Rama fought. So, with folded hands, Maricha, with folded hands, he started telling about the reality of Rama to Ravana. He said a very important verse here. Sulabhaha purusha rajan satatam priyavadinaha Apriyasya cha pathyasya vakta shrota cha durlabhaha. So, my dear king, it is very easy to get people who talk very pleasantly. It's very easy because if they want to impress you or something, it's very easy to get it. But it is impossible, or it is very difficult to get get those people who talk truth, by which one may like it or not like it. And based on that truth, he will give suggestions. Even if there is a person who can speak truth like a thunderbolt, there may not be good listeners who can follow their word. So I see, definitely you're not appreciative of Rama. Now, like, why he said all this? That because all his ministers in Lanka, his friends, everyone, they only speak pleasantly to him, because they all know if Rama does not speak the truth, or if sorry, not Rama, if they don't speak the truth, or if sorry, if they do not live. All right. Yes. Just 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. If they don't talk pleasantly with Ravana, as what Ravana is expecting, then they will immediately be chastised or killed. They know what Ravana is. So now he's saying, definitely, Ravana, understand you are not appreciating Rama. Okay, but you don't have the people who tell you the truth, and your mind is very fickle. And apiswasti bhavetata sarvesham bhuvi rakshasam apiramo na sankruddha kuryat lokam rakshasam. Ravana, will there be any safety to demons on the earth? If he gets to know your plan, and if he gets angry on the demons, he can wipe out the entire demons on the face of the earth, not only on this earth, in the lower planetary systems, upper planetary systems. I feel like it looks like Sita Devi, the daughter of Janaka, she has taken birth only to end your life. Why? Because if you execute the plan that what you're saying, then Rama is definitely going to kill you. There will be a great disaster. It's not that just you will die. Along with you, the entire city of Lanka will be doomed. All the demons who are supporting you, they will be vanquished. It's not only them. Along with them, I will also get killed. So you are saying that Rama was sent out of his house, because he mentioned that Rama was was sent to in exile to forest because he was not truthful and all that. But Maricha is saying that Rama is never out of the character. He's never selfish. He's an embodiment of religiosity. Actually, on seeing his father, who stands on his words, his stepmother Kaikeyi has asked 2 boons. So Rama has left the Ayodhya only to keep his father's words. He discarded the kingdom and even all the royal comforts he had gave up. And then he entered the Dandaka forest only to fulfill the cherish of Kaikeyi. That is, to give her the kingdom for her son Bharata, and even of that Dasharatha, and to remain loyal to his promise to Kaikeyi. He is the most truthful person. He is like Indra. He is the king of this entire world. and you are willing to kidnap Sita Devi? Katham nu tasya vaidehi rakshitam swena tejasa ichhase prasabham hartum prabhamiva vivasvataha. You are thinking that no, you can no, uh, abduct Sita Devi and enjoy. No, Sita Devi can protect herself with her chastity. Can you go and rob a sun rays? Can you do that? No. Rama is like lion and she's the heart of him. Sita Devi is his wife and more dearest than all the lives are there for Rama, more dearer than to his own life. And she promised to follow him. So, as a fire, it cannot be abused. So, Sita Devi cannot be abused. If that Rama, he lances you in a war, it's enough. You will see the end of your life. So, Ravana, listen to me. If you want to take pleasure for a long time in your life, in your comforts, in your kingdom, then do not do any unpleasant thing to Rama. When you are taking any kind of decisions, you should have actually kept Vibhishana next to you and should have considered what are the rights and wrongs of this case. And you should bear, when you are considering, you should bear in your mind about your own strengths and weaknesses. You should take decision like that. But it looks like you haven't done in the past. And now he says that Ravana, in the past, at one time, I was just wandering over the earth, taking pride in my valor. I was having the strength of 1,000 elephants. I was so mountainous in my size. I was rambling around the Dandaka forest and was causing terror to the world, eating the fleshes of the sages, all those. So Vishwamitra Muni, he wanted to do a sacrifice and I was disturbing it. So he got Lord Rama to protect. That time, this Rama was less than 12 years in his age. He was still unproficient in the use of the weapons. That time, even the, like the signs of an adulthood has still not came up, like the mustache on his face or the beard. Still not formed, it's still coming. So at that age itself, he was eradicating all kinds of demons. When I entered there to disturb Rama, he quickly noticed me. And he immediately strung the arrows to his bow and he released. I thought this Raghava is just a boy. I made a joke and I ran towards and was running towards that sacrificial arena. Then he released a small arrow and that hit me so strong that I fell 100 yojanas away into the ocean. That means I fell away 800 miles away from that place into ocean. And I gained consciousness after a very long time. And then I proceeded towards the city of Lanka. That time Rama had just elementary knowledge in the use of weaponry. But he spared me that time. I don't know why. Later, I understood he got married, and then he was blessed with so many energies and weapons. And now he's much more stronger than what he was at that time. This was his calculation again. Okay, but the Supreme Lord is all powerful at any time. So he's saying, so if you want to confront Rama despite my discouragement, you will ruin yourself and bring calamity upon yourself and also to all your followers. And now he's saying, my dear king, there is no sin that is as outrageous as abducting or enjoying with another's wife. And you have thousands of wives already. So just be truthful to your wife and be delighted with her. So safeguard your own kingdom, your dignity. If you desire to live happily, then don't do any undesirable thing to Rama. If you wish to take Sita aggressively, despite of my considerable preventing, with all my good heart, then your army will fade away. It will all be taken, they will all emigrate. He said that means how the army will fade away, because there will be a war. And he's saying just with few arrows, all the demons, soldiers in your army, they will emigrate to the country or to the world of Yama. That means they'll go to hell. And he gave and gave so many instructions. And 1 minute. Then this portion was not there before, but again, which happened previously. But then Maricha mentions again. He says that when I was wandering in Dandaka forest, I saw this Rama. The same Rama who was 12 years, now he became a man, and he was in the garments of a saint. And I tried to reach that Vaidehi and Lakshmana. And when I was trying to go approach to them, I recollected his earlier assault on me. So I was had that revenge, and I wanted to kill him. So I was disregarding whatever had happened in past, and I was running towards them. At that time, Rama, he released another few arrows. And I know what had happened before. So I retreated quickly, but there were other two demons with me, but they were killed. So I was able to escape. He released 3 arrows, one for towards me and the other for 2 other demons. But somehow I tricked and then I escaped from that place. But the other 2 demons, they were killed. That arrow, right? When I escaped from that place, I regained my lifespan. And that arrow made me to renounce everything, just like a monk. And I fled to this place, which is the other side of the ocean. and which you have to come here by aircraft. So I'm here, I'm living here in a yogic style, as a yogi, like an ascetic. And Maharicha, he says, Vrikshe vrikshe hi pashyami chera krishna janambaram grahita dhanusham ramam pashahastam iva antakam. Ramam eva hi pashyami rahite rakshaseshwara drishtva swapnagatam ramam udbhramami vichetanaha. So from that time onwards, I'm vrikshe vrikshe. I'm seeing one tree and another tree, and still I'm remembering Rama every time because of the fear. And what kind of Rama? That Rama who was wearing the jute clothes or the black deer skin, who is as valorous, holding the bow in his hands. Wherever I go, I'm seeing Rama. And even in my dreams, he enters into my dreams. And when he enters into my dreams, I get up out of the fear. And Ramana, do you know how much of fear had got into me? That if there is any word that starts with a Ra, syllable Ra, maybe someone wants to say Ratna, Ratha. Ratna means gemstones, Ratha is a chariot. Immediately, I become so frightened, I run away from that place, thinking that the next word could be Ma. So if it is Ra, then Ma, it is Rama. So he has developed so much fear of Lord Ramachandra. And he explains, you are saying that Khara was positioned in Janasthana, and you are trying to say that was no mistake of him. First of all, he crossed his lines, his bounds, and he attacked Rama. That too because of Shurpanakha. And Rama has eliminated Khara and Kharadushanas and 14,000 army. Why? That too in self-defense. So what's the problem in that? That it is not his mistake. First of all, why did Kharadushanas go to him with a war? And I'm sure none of your analysts, that means your ministers or friends, none of them have analyzed this. You don't do like that. And you're talking about Shurpanakha's words, how he has instigated. No, she had done some shady things. That's why he has cut her nose or ears. So Maricha, he spoke so much. Ravana was enraged. He shouted at him, you are talking all meaningless. Your talks are all meaningless and it's worthless. See, how can you talk to a king like that? Did I ask you to give any of the suggestions? So, you have to follow my word. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you. Then demon said, my dear king, I did not ask the rights or wrongs concerning me. Just I'm trying to present the truth. That's all. So then Ravana said, will you do it or no? Then Maricha thought, okay, go, let me go and get killed. This Ravana will anyway going to abduct. Okay, instead of getting killed by Ravana, let me get killed by Rama. Actually, before this, lot of, again, Maricha pushes back, then Ravana again speaks, lot of things happen. But just to summary, finally, he agrees. So then he adopts the form of a very gorgeous deer, and it is effulgent. Just by the appearance, it is so beautiful. Became a golden deer, and it was having the silver spots, and it was moving here and there. Then this golden deer, Maricha, along with Ravana, they approached the Panchavati hermitage nearby. As Maricha was going, that golden deer was walking, all the animals and other deers are running away from that golden deer because they recognized that it is some demon, it is not their species. Animals recognized. Now Sita Devi, she came out of her hermitage to pluck some flowers, and she saw this golden deer, and she was so amused by its beauty and immediately got attracted to it. She called for Rama and Lakshmana. They both came, and Lakshmana also recognized. Shankamanaha tu tam drishtva Lakshmano Ramam abravit. Tameva enam aham manye maricham rakshasam mrugam. Lakshmana said, Rama, I believe this deer is that Maricha demon. Because when kings are engaged in some hunting games, and where when they ride on their horses in the forest very delightfully, this Maricha killed many of such kings by disguising him into an attractive animal, because he has got that boon that he can change into any form. This kind of amazing animal, which is looking like a gems, is not existing in this world. So this is really some trick by Maricha. Lakshmana said it is Maricha, but Sita ignored. She spoke to Rama. She said, but can you please bring that deer to that deer to me? Because almost we are at the end of our exile. 13 years have passed. 13 years, 3 months have passed. So we can capture it and we can take it along with us to Ayodhya. We can release her in our palace. And this deer, it becomes a masterpiece in our palace. So can you please get it? So if you're not able to get it, at least, you can kill the deer and you can get the deer skin. We can offer that to the sages. So Sita Devi was so much in anxiety to get, to somehow have that deer. Then Rama said, Lakshmana, as you said, if it is a demon, I will go and kill. Because that Maricha, he tortured many sages. So I have to kill him. So I'll go now behind that deer. Whether I get with life or without life, it doesn't matter. I'll get it. But you be with Sita. You look for any doubtful circumstances around you. Pradakshinena atibalena pakshina jatayusha buddhimata cha Lakshmana bhava apramattaha pratigrihya maithilim prati kshanam sarvata eva shankitaha. So Rama is saying, along with Jatayu, you protect her. So you take care of Maithili. Maithili means Sita Devi. with all your strength. You be watchful. You be suspicious from everywhere. Every split second, you be cautious. Now, as Rama went, he fastened his sword to his waist. He took the kodanda, that is the bow and arrow. He fastened two quivers to his back, and he tried to go behind that golden deer, just as he goes to a war. Not just as he's going to hunt an animal, because he was also very sure that it is a demon. Now, that golden deer, as it goes, it disappears and suddenly it reappears. So like that, it took Rama very far away. So very far away. So at that instant, Rama became very infuriated, and he thought, this is enough. Let me release the arrows. And then he released one astra, which is given by Brahma, and hissing like a snake, that arrow, it went and pierced the deer. And at the time of death, these are all guise changing. That means the form changing, right? So they can disguise themselves. At the time of death, what happens? They come back to their real form. So Maharicha comes back to his real form, and then he shouts, "Ha Site Lakshmana iti evam akrushyatu muha tu mahaswanam mamara rakshasa soyam shrutva Sita katham bhaved." As this demon was dying, the demon shouted with a blatant voice as that of Rama, as "Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana." So Rama understood, oh, he had in my voice, he shouted. So Rama was immediately, he was very, he went into anxiety. He was very worried. Then Sita heard this voice and she thought Rama is in danger. Nahi me jeevitam sthane hridayam va avatisthate kroshataha parama arthasya shrutah shabdo maya bhrisham akrandamanam tu vane bhrataram tratam arhasi. So she says, Lakshmana, I'm hearing the voice of your brother in a very frightful manner. I have never heard that voice of Rama. I'm afraid that something has happened to Rama. Looks like some demons have subdued him. Maybe the demon had come to the size of a lions or big elephants and subdued him. So you hurry up. Immediately run towards your brother and you protect him. So Lakshmana, he didn't even move an inch. So Sita Devi, again, she became very agitated for Rama. And she said, Saumitre, that means Lakshmana, why are you not moving? Why are you not just still sitting here? So Lakshmana says that, my dear Vaidehi, my dear Sita, Ramachandra is an impossible one for even for serpents, asuras, gandharvas, demigods, demons to get subdued. No one can defeat him. No one can attack Rama. It is some demon. I am telling you that Maricha, he has changed his form. So in the voice of Rama, he is shouting. But Sita Devi was not convinced by that. She said, Godavarim pravekshyami hina ramena lakshmana abhandishye athava tyakshye vishame dehamatmanaha. She said, Lakshmana, without Rama, I will go and plunge myself in river Godavari. Or else I'll string up myself through my throat and I'll discard this body. Or I will jump from the heights. And he said the most miserable words, actually. She said, Lakshmana, it seems that you are taking the advantage of the situation. You're looking for your brother to be killed so that you may enjoy me. I might drink poison, a deadly poison, or I will enter into a fire, but I will never touch another man other than Raghava. Lakshmana's heart was shaken. Tears came out of his eyes. He couldn't hold himself. He came forward very reverentially and he folded both his palms briefly, and he begged, my dear Sita Devi, please control yourself. Don't speak such harsh words. I'm promising you, no one can defeat Rama. It is just a trick. Please, let me stay. But Sita Devi said, no. If you are staying here, it means that you wanted me. Then Lakshmana couldn't stay there. He's crying, and he had to leave from that place. And he was going towards the sound. And as he was going towards Rama, he was repeatedly looking back at the lonely Sita Devi. As Lakshmana went away, then the 10-headed Ravana, he approached Vaidehi by disguising himself as a sannyasi. Just as a wandering Brahmana, a sannyasi like that, he approached her. Then this sinister, as Valmiki Maharishi says, this Ravana, he looked at the glorious body of Sita Devi, and he was completely immersed in the beauty. So even river Godavari was frightened when Ravana was approaching Sita Devi. She started to rush off very quietly. Then Sita Devi, she received him because she saw a sannyasi had come, because it is they're living in an ashram and they've been traveling with sages for almost for 13 years. And she knows how to respect or how to give a nice hospitality to the sages. So she started giving whatever the foodstuffs she had at home. She offered all those nice foodstuffs to Ravana. Then Ravana was sitting there and explaining or describing the beauty of Sita's every body part. Okay, he in fact said, "My God, what a body you have! You look like Goddess Lakshmi." As you know, as she's sitting on a divine lotus, you are glittering like like gold. Your eyes are like lotus. So he tried to describe in detail, but Sita Devi did not much bother, because at once she is afraid what had happened to Rama. And the other way is, even if such sannyasi says it's not to be taken into heart, because uh, a sannyasi maybe sometimes he may speak, but it is not to be taken seriously to the heart, because they're never at the material sense enjoyment platform. So she thought that he's a sannyasi, he will not be lusty. So he's just telling the beauty of a woman as she is, without any flickering mind. Then Sita Devi, she explains, because Ravana asked, "Who are you?" Then Sita explains the whole story, that I am the daughter of Janaka Maharaj, who is the king of Mithila. My name is Sita. I'm very dear wife and queen of Rama. So we were living in the residence of Ikshwakus in Ayodhya for 12 years. So see that. So Sita Devi got married, and then she lived. She reveals that then she lived for 12 years in Ayodhya. Okay, I lived there for 12 years. I was there was so much of uh, uh, comforts in the palaces of Ayodhya. And on the 13th year after our wedding, Dasharatha Maharaj had to crown Bharata, and he had to send us to exile on a word that he has given. And for that reason, we have myself, my husband, and my brother-in-law. We came here, and almost it is getting over now. We will be returning to Ayodhya soon. Now, Ravana, he took to his original form, and then he responds. He says, "I am the master." Okay, even before Ravana comes to his original form, even Sita Devi asks, "So who are you? For what reason you are wandering in this Dandaka forest? That too very lonely. Nobody is there." Then Ravana, he takes to his original form and said, "I am the master of all the demons. I am known as Ravana. On seeing your beauty, I derive no pleasure in any of my wives. I'm the ruler of Lanka. I have 32 lakh, that is 3.2 million servants. My father is Vishravaso Brahma. All the demigods and citizens of upper planetary systems are afraid of me. I did tapasya for 10,000 years. See, and he says, if you follow your husband, you have to suffer in the forest. So what you do, you come along with me to Lanka. And after you enjoy the opulences in Lanka, you will not return. And you will become my prime queen. I will give you the superior status across all my wives. So if you become my wife, I will release 5,000 maidens who are adorned with ornaments of every description. They will be your servants. Then Sita Devi says, Sarva Lakshana Sampannam Nyagrodha Parimandalam Satyasandham Mahabhagam Ramam Anuvrata. She says, what are you thinking of Rama? He is like a big banyan tree. He will give shelter to all those who come under him. And I'm vowed to be chaste as his wife for my entire life. Sita Devi explains how great Rama is. He has a broad chest. He's supreme among the men. He's lion-like person. He has he controls his senses. He's expert in every field. So, how will you ever face Rama? Do you wish to steal away the massive mountain, Mandhara mountain, just by one hand and not take the poison? I mean, this pastime had happened when all the demigods and demons, they churned the milk ocean using the Manthara mountain, and out of that, the first thing that came was poison. So if you touch me, it is like taking that poison. So what are the odds that when there is a fight between lion and a fox in a forest, what are the odds that a fox can live? And she gave so many other examples. But Ravana did not hear. And he kept glorifying again and again and again that I have a very superb complexion, I have an aeroplane, which I took it from Kubera. Then Sita Devi, again she spoke for some time. But this time Ravana, what he did, he immediately held her, lifted her up by the waist, and he got Vaidehi up on the chariot, or he had another chariot, I think, by which he had come, not Pushpak Viman, sorry. So he came here with the chariot which can fly. So he put her in that chariot and he started. So being shocked, Sita Devi was shouting loudly, Ha Rama, Ha Rama, Ha Lakshmana. And as the demon was abducting like this and taking away in the sky, Sita Devi became very bewildered. But she kept calling for Rama and Lakshmana. And at that time, and she also called for Jatayu. Oh Jatayu, where are you? And then she was praying to the trees and the flowers, the Godavari river, the animals. She was praying, please tell that Rama and Raghava and Lakshmana, what has all happened in its entirety. And as she was calling, At that time, Jatayu, he comes and he stands in front of Ravana. Jatayu rebukes Ravana. Rama is the son of Dasharatha Maharaj. He's master of all the worlds. How can you even touch the wife of such a righteous king? She's the wife of a great king. She must be safeguarded. You leave Sita. Then Jatayu, he destroyed the bow and he killed the donkeys. The donkeys were pulling the chariot. Okay, so he killed the donkeys and even the charioteer of Ravana. And he destroyed the umbrella and the flag. Ravana was holding Sita on with his left hands and was fighting with Jatayu with his right hand. And Jatayu gave amazing fight back. And it became so difficult. So Ravana, he left Sita on the ground and taking this, and he started fighting with Jatayu. For a long time, this fight had happened, and Ravana could not continue. So he took the sword and he cut the wings of Jatayu. Then Jatayu collapsed on the ground. Sita Devi was lamenting as if she has lost her own father. Looking at the situation of Sita, all the living entities in the forest, they became very sad and upset. And as Ravana was trying to take her back forcefully, so Sita was wearing flower garlands, her ornaments, everything they fell all over the place in that rout. Then Ravana took Sita again into the chariot, and he was riding his own chariot because the charioteer is gone. And with his power, he rode his own chariot, and he took her away. So Valmiki Maharshi mentions here, Vaidehi has not seen anyone who could rescue her as she was getting abducted. But what happened is, as she was going, she saw five effulgent, very prominent Vanaras, that means monkey kings. The five monkeys, they were sitting on the top of a mountain top, and Sita saw them. So what she did, she took some of the jewelries which she had. She cut the the end of her sari, and she wrapped all these ornaments into that cloth, and she dropped in the air, and that exactly fell in the midst of those Vanaras. Why? Thinking that these creatures, they can give some news to Rama. Antarikshagata vachaha sasrujuhu sharanaha tada etat anto dashagriva iti siddhaha tata abruvan. Then the Siddhas and Charanas who were dwelling in the Antariksha, in the sky, they all said in one tone that this alone is enough. Now this is the end of the 10-headed Ravana. Then Ravana, he entered the city of Lanka, and then he took Sita Devi next to him, and he took Sita Devi for a tour of Lanka. And then Sita Devi saw there are millions and millions of first-rated demons. Then there were 2 billion, I think. No, I think 200 million. 200 million demons of who look very ghastly and who can exploit. Then he saw 320 millions of demons omitting who are the third grade, first grade, second grade, and the third grade. And Ravana is saying, you see this? This is my Lanka. And for all of these millions and millions of demons, I am the Lord. For every single work of mine, 1,000 servants will rush in. That is the greatness of me. And he tried to convince her in every way. And finally, what he did is, he looked at Sita Devi's feet and he says, with my 10 heads, I am falling at your feet. You please satisfy my desires. Then Sita Devi spoke to Ravana. Raja Dasharatho nama dharmasetuh iva achalaha satyasandaha parignato yasya putra sa Raghavaha. So, Sita Devi says that this Raghava is a son of the righteous Dasharatha. He is the embodiment of righteousness. He is renowned in all the three worlds. Who is she talking about? Dasharatha Maharaj. Dasharatha Maharaj, he goes even to upper planetary systems to fight wars against the demons. And my husband Rama is such a king's son. And again, she explains the greatness of Rama. And then she says, do you think that Rama will excuse you after doing all this? In the presence of Rama, if you would have forcibly humiliated, you would have been killed by Rama then and there. You would be sprawling on the earth just like Khara in the Janasthana. If that Rama, with his look, he can actually even kill you. He can burn you down now itself. He's like Lord Shiva, his furiousness, his anger is like that of Lord Shiva. Then listening to Sita, Ravana became very angry and said, you listen to my words. I'm giving you a period of 12 months. Okay? If you do not come to me, then within that period, then my cooks will slice you into pieces and offer me in the breakfast. Then Ravana turned to all the demoness servants. It is your duty to remove her pride immediately. And he said, let this Maithili, Sita Devi, let her be taken to the center of Ashoka Gardens, because the Ashoka Gardens is the most valuable garden for Ravana. That's the most beautiful place. And why he kept her there? Because maybe looking at the beauty and that opulence, it might change her heart. He was thinking in that lines. So he said, you take her to Ashoka Gardens and all of you will block her and guard her day and night. You threaten her with all the dreadful weapons or with all your speeches. You threaten her. I don't care. But she had to be brought under the control. And then Sita Devi, she was left there. Now, coming back to our, just bear with few more minutes. I want to complete this Aaranya Kanda today. So then, Ravana, then Ravana, after releasing her into, or captivating her in the Ashoka gardens, then he goes to his palace. Now, coming back to where Rama had killed Maricha, Rama, when he heard, instantly he started running back and was hurrying to see Sita. And at that time, he saw bad omens. There's a fox and jackals. They were howling. They were howling from behind, which is a bad omen. All the birds and animals are shouting. They're roaring. They're making noise on his left side. And Rama understood something bad had already happened. Then Rama saw Lakshmana. He saw Lakshmana coming towards him with a very sad face. And Rama became very angry. He said, Lakshmana, I ordered you to be with Sita. Why did you leave her? She's dearer to me than my own life. Will she be alive if we return? If she's not seen, then this whole exile to the forest will be useless. When I ordered you to stay there, you should have remained there to protect Sita. You should not have come. And Lakshmana was not in a position because they want to come back. And so he did not say anything at that time. Then they both reached the hermitage. They searched all the rooms, the gardens, all the places around. She was not found. Again, Rama was confronting Lakshmana. I asked you not to leave. Why did you leave? Now Sita is not seen anywhere. I left her in your protection. You should not have abandoned her. Then Lakshmana said all that happened. My dear brother, I didn't leave intentionally or independently. I was driven away by Sita Devi's hurtful words. She heard that message in your voice, Ha Sita, Ha Lakshmana, save me immediately. She heard that and she trembled in fear. And she cried to me and she said, hurry up and go. But I was not leaving. I told her that no demon can cause any panic to Rama. It is some demon who is mimicking his voice. He is undefeatable. And I said, I'm not leaving this place. But she said, Rama, that I had planned with Bharata to kill you and abduct her and enjoy. I was unable to hear her words anymore. I became very angry and my eyes became red. Then Rama said, see, you know that I'm capable enough to destroy the demons. And you know that Sita Devi was speaking angrily. She was not normal. Despite all of this, you came. You could have stayed there. It doesn't matter. You could have just stayed. You know that I will return. And she's angry. You know that. And you know the both sides. At that time, what you should do is whatever is good. So for some more time, if you wouldn't have come, I would have reached back. Now, both of your anger, you came out of because Sita Devi spoke like that, you got hurt. And Sita Devi is angry. Because of both of your angers, I'm like doomed now in the ocean of sorrow. I'm suffering because of both of your angers. If demons kill and eat her, my life is waste. I'll be repenting throughout my life. If you could have tolerated a bit, she herself would have thanked you later. I came to forest to follow the order of father. Now without Sita, I'll die. Then I'll go to heavenly planets and I'll see our father, Dasharath Maharaja. He will ask me, I've asked you go to forest and live for 14 years. Why did you come here without fulfilling the boon? What can I say to him? But Lakshmana said, no, let us search, my dear brother. Let's search everywhere. Then Rama and Lakshmana, they ran everywhere, from one tree to another tree, from one shrub to another shrub, from one hill to another hill, from one river to another river, river to rivulet. And revolving around all that area here, Rama was crying for Sita. And as he was in the separation of Sita Devi, Rama is saying, Sita, she likes to take bath in a pond which is filled with lotuses. So she might have gone there. But she wouldn't go there without me. Lakshmana said, don't worry, brother. She might be wandering in some gardens or gone to take some flowers. Maybe she wanted to test you. She wanted to test what will Rama do if she had disappeared. So then again, they got some courage. They both searched all the places around. And because of this intense sorrow, Rama was envisioning some danger for Sita. Rama is thinking maybe by this time the demons would have fractured her. Sita would be trembling with fear and crying out aloud. And Rama, he started asking each tree where she had gone. She says, Sita Devi likes the Tilaka trees, the Ashoka tree. And he's saying, you're all very tall trees. You could see her from above. So can you please tell me where she is? So Valmiki Maharshi mentions that Rama has gone to each tree asking, like mango, neem, shala, jackfruit tree, kuruva, dhava, dadima, bakula, punnaga, sandalwood trees, ketaka trees. And that Rama, as he was running around, it looked like, it appeared like a madman going everywhere. He's going to everything that is related to Sita Devi. He's going to deer and said, oh dear, have you know how your eyes are moving in the same way? My dear wife Sita Devi, her eyes also used to move. So do you know where she is? In fact, Valmiki Maharshi says, Rama, he even went to the carnivorous animals like tiger and said, don't be afraid of me, that I will kill you. I'll not harm you. Can you please tell me, have you seen Sita anywhere? And he's lamenting, if I go back to Ayodhya, people will question me. How dare you have returned without Sita? Janaka Maharaj, her father, will ask me. What can I answer him? So Rama is telling Lakshmana, you go back to Ayodhya. I will stay in the forest. Now he orders Lakshmana, search all the banks of the river Godavari. So they both together, they search and they could not find her. Now Rama, with deep love, fear, he went to Godavari banks to search. And there also, Valmiki Maharshi says, Ravanasya cha tat rupam karmani cha duratmanaha dhyatva bhayat tu vaidehim sa nadina shashamsaha. Godavari river also did not inform Rama about Vaidehi out of fear of Ravana that he will evaporate her waters. That time, a group of animals, especially some few deers and other herds of animals, they looked at Rama, they felt very bad. Okay, because animals, they share the feelings of humans. It is mentioned when the head of the house, when he leaves his body, when he dies, the cow which is in his goshala, it will shed a tear. She doesn't need to be told, or she doesn't need to see the dead body coming out of the house. She will immediately understand. She will see, oh, my owner have left the body, and she will shed a tear. So animals share. So they understood the feeling of Rama. So they cannot speak. They wanted to give some sign, some direction to Rama. So they thought, okay, it doesn't matter if we get killed. Anyways, we will be hunted one day, either by humans or by some ferocious animals. So let us die in the service of Rama. So they wanted to say, but they couldn't speak. So what they did, they kept their heads up, and all of them running towards the southern direction. And they were falling one upon each other. But still, they kept on running. They wanted to convey Rama some message. That Sita Devi got kidnapped. She's taken towards a southern direction and in the sky. Rama did not understand at first. Because only if one person is very peaceful, he will understand. He'll know the opportunities. But Lakshmana understood. He said, brother, it looks like someone has kidnapped her and taken her towards the south in the sky. And then they followed towards the southern direction. And they observed that some flowers were fallen down. And Rama instantly recognized. Lakshmana, I recognize these flowers that are fallen here. I gave them to Vaidehi. And she tucked all these flowers in her head. And Valmiki Maharshi says, Abhirakshanti pushpani prakurvanto mama priyam. Abhirakshanti pushpani. It is mentioned that these flowers, they were very carefully safeguarded by the sun as they were unfaded. It was not swept away by the wind. It was protected by the earth, and no animal could destroy it. Sun, wind, earth, all are trying to help me and give me the message. Rama is saying that. Then they saw some footprints on the ground and said, Rama said, Lakshmana, see this. It looks like someone has abducted here. I see here Sita's footprints, and then there's some demon footprints also. And then in a little distance, I see there are some ornaments fallen down. The bow is fallen down. The chariot driver is dead. Some of the servants are also dead. The servants who were fanning Ravana on his chariot, they were also dead. Who killed them? Maharicha. Sorry, not Maharicha, Jatayu. And I see some shields are all broken here. Looks like there is a deadly clash, a war that has taken place between the two demons for Vaidehi. So they still doesn't know that it was Jatayu who fought. Rama is saying maybe there was two demons were fighting for Vaidehi. And that's why in their clash, all of they died, and all of these footprints are there. Then he said, then he saw some blood stains. Looking at that, Rama became so angry and said that the dharma which I thought will protect me didn't protect me now. People are thinking that I'm useless and unskillful. I'll show them now what I am. what my anger can do. If the demigods don't bring her back, I'll annihilate the entire creation. That means I'll create the pralaya. If I do not have this enjoyment, nobody can enjoy. None of the demons, demigods, yakshas, gandharvas, kinnaras will live. Godavari, she didn't say anything. I will evaporate her. Oceans as well, I'll evaporate them. Nobody can stop my anger. And Rama was taking the arrows and was getting ready to shoot those arrows. Lakshmana has never seen such form of Rama. He immediately came to his brother and he tried to pacify him. Rama, are you going to destroy all these worlds today? Your senses are self-controlled. How this earth, it bears and tolerates us, like that you also have such a patience. You are very famous all over the world. Right now you are captivated by anger. Why don't you become angry at why are you becoming angry at every living entity in the universe? What did they do? It was only it looks like only one demon was here. You just kill him for his mistake. Why are you going to destroy the entire Brahmanda? You see, have you seen those animals are sharing your sorrow? They showed you the way. All the rivers and oceans are surrendered to you. You give them protection. Now you want to destroy them? Where will they go for protection then? Is that why our Guru gave all this knowledge? To use as per our whim? No. Let's search out everywhere. If you don't get any clues, then you release the arrows. Dasharath Maharaj, he did great sacrifice to get you and got you all the schooling under Vasishtha Muni. If you yourself get moved away by anger, then imagine what would be the condition of normal people. Nahusha's son, Yayati, he did a lot of pious activities and he went to heavenly kingdom, Swargalok. After going there, he looked at the other inhabitants of Swargalok and asked, have all of them did pious activities like him? Immediately he was pushed from heaven because they all said, you glorified yourself. So you're pushed down. Vasishtha Muni's 100 sons were all killed by Vishwamitra. But did Vasishtha Muni annihilate? Did he destroy? All the earth is tolerating and she's bearing. Is she destroying all the miscreants? If the moment you become sorrow, then if you start releasing the arrows, if a person is becoming sorrow and if every person starts releasing the arrows, then will there be any world left, Rama? So don't be moved away from sorrow. You know everything, but it was like, it was covered like ashes covering the fire. And I just told few words to remove the ashes. You have all the knowledge of that of demigods have. And you also possess all the various Shaktis as demigods have. So we can easily find her. So you see Rama, what he did, he immediately listened to him. Yes, Lakshmana, you are right. I should show my anger only to that person and not to others. Let's go and search. He gave up his anger. Then they see Jatayu. Jatayu was a big bird and both his wings were cut off and he's coughing out blood from his mouth. Immediately Rama looked at him and said, this Jatayu is a demon. The moment we left Sita, this bird consumed her. That's why he said he'll protect Sita when we are not there. Rama is enacting all this to show that what will happen if someone is in anger and loses his composure. Because it takes away the intelligence also. That time Jatayu said, Rama, you live eternally. A demon kidnapped Sita, taking her in the sky, and he has already killed me. You don't kill me again with your words. Rama and Lakshmana, they came running to Jatayu. And then they realized, oh, his wings are cut, the legs are cut. Looking at this, Rama became extremely sorrowful and said to Lakshmana, it looks like the Sita's abduction is less painful for me than to lose Jatayu. I was about to be coronated the next day, but it didn't happen. Then they didn't let me stay in the city, they banished me. Then my father passed away, my wife is abducted. It looks like my misery can burn the fire itself. When we say, our difficulties or miseries are just like fire burning me. But here Rama is telling, my miseries can burn the fire itself. And Jatayu said, Rama, with all my energy, I fought and I killed the chariot driver, the servants, I destroyed the chariot, its flag and its umbrella. I fought very fiercely with Ravana, but I became very old, and Ravana he's not old, he's youth. I didn't have energy to fight. He cut my wings and legs. I kept my life force, my prana, without exiting, just to tell you all these and leave my body. I was waiting for you. Saying this, he was vomiting more blood and blood with foam or lather. So Rama was asking so many questions and he was leaving his body. Jatayu finally said one thing. Rama, the time that Sita was abducted was in Vinda. That means that muhurtam, or we say, right, like auspicious time is from that Vinda, that like in a day, every 48 minutes or some week, there is a name mentioned for it. You see astrology. So she is saying it is from in Vinda Muhurta or in Vinda time if she was abducted. So if one loses anything during this time, he will gain them back. So don't worry, you will get her back and he will get killed. Upon kidnapping Sita Devi, Ravana will ruin himself, just like a fish which swallows a baited fish hook. And with all the energy he had, he brought towards his throat. Jatayu he gathered all the energy in his body, brought to his throat and said, Vishravaso Brahma's son, Kubera's brother Ravana, abducted her. And then Jatayu died. So Rama and Lakshmana there weeping on his body. Rama said, he's like my father. And I will do the funeral rites. Rama, he did the Agni Samskara as it is done to the father, that when a father is burnt, on a pyre, like that. He did the Agni Samskara. And he said, Jatayu, you depart to those worlds that are destined for great Brahmanas, or who does the Vedic rituals, or even to the destination where you are interested to go. Wherever you go, I give you full right that you go. No one can stop you. So imagine who can do this. Apart from the Supreme Lord, no normal king or any other human can command like this, that you can go to any planet that you wish to go. With my order, you will reach such great planets. Then Rama, he performs some funeral rites like Jalatarpana, Udakriya, Pinda Pradana. All these rituals he performs. He does not forget his duties. Rama does not forget. And then after performing the funeral rites, Rama Lakshmana, they enter into the dense forest. Then they approached a cave. And from there, where a great demoness, Ayomukhi, she appeared. And her character, Valmiki Maharshi mentions that whoever is very weak, she'll be very dangerous. If someone has more strength, then she will run away from such people. She has big stomach, very big teeth, dangerous laugh. She eats animals. Her hair is spread all over. She looked at Lakshmana and said, "You are the best suitable husband for me." You see, this is what happens with all the Rakshasis. Lusty. She looked at Lakshmana and said, "You are very suitable for me." She captured him and said, "You enjoy with me." Instantly, Lakshmana cut her ears, nose, and breasts. Then she left Lakshmana and ran towards the forest, screaming very loudly. And after that, Lakshmana is talking to Rama with folded hands. "My dear brother, my shoulder is vibrating. My mind is very anxious. Looks like there is a dangerous thing that is going to happen. But I see there is a Vanjulaka bird. It's one species of bird. It is shouting. It means war will come, but we will succeed." At that time, a loud thunderous sound came, and a very huge form came in front of them. And that demon it had no head, it had no legs, there was only mouth, and the mouth was in the stomach, forehead is in the chest, eyes near the eyes were just above the mouth, and it has 1 yojana hands. The hands are 1 yojana, 8 miles long. And what it does is it captures all the animals in that circumference, and then within that circumference of where the demon is, and drags it to its, and then puts it in the mouth. And that demon's name is Kabandha. And Kabandha, it captured Rama Lakshmana and said, "You are my food, I'm going to eat you." Lakshmana said, "We shouldn't kill it. We should not kill an animal which cannot move. So let's chop his hands." Rama chopped the right arm, Lakshmana chopped the left. Immediately, Kabandha, he felt very good. He said, see, by the touch of Ravana, all the demons who were actually got cursed, not the demons, they were all demigods who got cursed and became demons, they realized their position. Kabandha, he said, "I was waiting for such a person who could chop off my hands like this. Rama, I was with utmost beauty. How Soma or Indra or Surya look, I looked like that, like a brilliant sun. I was blessed with such a beauty. But I used to take fearful forms to terrify the people and sages. And sometimes such people become so panicked that they die. And looking at that, I used to feel happy. So one day with great fearful form, I appeared in front of Stulashira Rishi in the forest, who was just looking for some roots and fruits. He was frightened. He jumped and then and I took him. Immediately he cursed him that, "Let you be in this form itself and live in the forest." Then immediately I changed my form and I fell at his feet and asked for forgiveness. I asked when I will be delivered. Muni said, "You will stay like this and eat all the animals for living. One day, Rama Lakshmana will come and they will chop off your hands. They will burn you. At that time, you will get delivered." But so by the time this horrible form came upon me, Rama, by the time I took this form, I did great penance for Brahma. And he said, "Dirghayusha." That means you live a complete life. And he left. So I went to fight, I went to Indra, because he gave me that boon. I went to fight against Indra, thinking what Indra can do, because I've got this boon. So with his weapon, he pushed my head down into my stomach and pushed my legs into my body. And Brahma said, "Dirghayusha," so I have to live like this. But I asked, how will I live? I need to eat. And then Indra said, "Don't worry, you just need a mouth and an eye, because you need a mouth to see, to eat the food, and you need to see where the food is." and you need some hands to catch. So I'll give you very long arms, one mouth, and one eye to see. Just be like, no, you just capture animals and eating them alive, and that will be your life. So lamenting for thousands of years, I'm living here, Rama. It's becoming sunset, Rama. Immediately you dig a pit and you burn me with a lot of wood, because there is a lot of fat. It will take time for my body to burn. So burn me down immediately. Once I get delivered, I'll tell you where your wife is. So Lakshmana dug the pit, and for wood, Kabandha had already destroyed the huge trees, right? Because he has long hands, right? He already destroyed so many trees. And all those trees, they already became dry. And all those trees, Lakshmana brought it and put them into the pit. Then slowly, the fire was kindled, and that fire was slowly started burning Kabandha. And after a long time, when he died, that time he revived his previous form, and in golden chariot, he said, he boarded the golden chariot and said, "You are distressed with your wife's abduction. You are searching everywhere. You are walking long distance, but it may not help you. So this time you need a friend who can help. With his help, you can get Sita again." And that is none other than Suryadev's son. His name is Sugriva. He is banished from his kingdom by his brother. He will be served by his 4 servants. So you make friendship with him by promising on the fire. He is great. He lives on the Rishyamukha Parvata, Rishyamukha mountain. So Kabandha, with deep love for Rama, is telling how to find him. So you go west side from here, you will find so many trees with fruits and honey. And Lakshmana can help you to get the fruits. You nicely enjoy them. Then you know all the address he started giving. And then he left from that place. Okay. So with this, almost we came to end of this Aranya Kanda. There are few more stories are there that I'll complete tomorrow.